One of the things we say here at Rightlook.com, it's the successful teaching success. And one of the things that I like teaching to all my students is how to go out there and be successful and separate yourself from the competition. Welcome everyone to Rightlook.com. My name is Ruben. I'm actually the training manager here at Rightlook.com. I've been at Rightlook for over 10 years now, and in those 10 years, I've been able to make a lot of successful students, from people from the United States, all the way from all the countries that you might think of. They actually came here to train. My responsibility here as a training manager is to give you all the information that you guys need to go out there and be successful. Now, everybody's gonna have a different level of success. It's really up to you to decide how hard you wanna push yourself, and most importantly, how much money you guys wanna make. But here at Rightlook.com, we're gonna teach you with the latest and greatest technology to make sure you guys are well equipped to go out there and run a successful business. A little bit about myself, guys. I'm actually a Rightlook.com student. I actually came here while I was still in the Marine Corps. I'm actually retired from the Marine Corps, but right before I retired, I actually, like you guys are looking now, I went online and I actually found the company and decided to come here and take a couple classes. The great thing about coming here, it allowed me to open up my shop. I had a successful shop here in San Diego. I ran it for a couple years. And the great thing about it is, as soon as I was done, getting rid of my business, I actually was able to become the training manager here at Rightlook.com. So not only was I a student, not only was I a customer, not only did I run a successful business, but now I can be your training manager. And all I'm doing is passing that information on to you guys because I want you guys to be successful. One of the things we say here at Rightlook.com, it's the successful teaching success. And one of the things that I like teaching to all my students is how to go out there and be successful and separate yourself from the competition. Being in the Marine Corps, one of the things they instill in you is perfection. With your uniform, with your inspections, with your vehicle, with your everything. Well, a lot of times what we want to do is we wanted to reflect what our vehicles look like. So not only was I able to look the part, especially in my uniform, but my vehicles also reflected what I did. At the same time too, every time I took my car to like a car wash, I was never satisfied. It was never up to the standard where I was. And that's what I want to instill with you guys. Being, not necessarily a perfectionist, but taking your business to the next level. Doing the small things that your customer is going to say, wow, I didn't even think you would do that. So those are the little wow factors. So coming from the Marine Corps, having a Marine Corps background, to applying my knowledge here in my business and as a training manager, the same thing I want to instill in you guys. I want you to have that systematic approach when you guys are working on everything that you guys do. So while in the Marine Corps, I actually looked up the information on becoming a car washer. And that's my mentality of a detailer was a car washer, not knowing there was auto reconditioning specialists out there. So I actually found Rightlook, like many of you guys have already, and I actually came to a seminar. And that seminar just changed my life. I knew that being a car washer wasn't in my realm. I had to be better than that. Obviously, being in the Marine Corps, you always strive for the best. And Rightlook was a great fit for me, where I actually came and took some of the classes. And what I did is all the tools they applied to me, I actually applied them towards my business. And that's why I was able to run a successful business from there. Once I graduated from Rightlook.com, I actually had my business, and I've been in this industry for, I would say 16 plus years. And in those 16 plus years, I've noticed how everything changes, from waxes, from sealants, from ceramic coating, even your polishers, they change. So one of the things, once again, that I instill into my students is, don't be stagnant in your business. One of the things I always say is you stop succeeding when you stop wanting to learn. And here you always want to learn. And that's one of the biggest things with me is I kept learning every single time something came out. I was never stagnant in my business. This is why my business was so successful, because they didn't just come in for a regular wash. I was able to offer them window tint, dents, wheel repair. And that's what actually raised my ticket so high. One of the biggest reasons why I have a passion for vehicles is they're a reflection of us. As you see, I have my Bentley GTC. When I bought it from the dealership, it wasn't to my standards. When I actually bought the car and brought it in here, I spent 6 hours making it to as perfect as possible. And that's one of the things that I strive for is I want to make sure that every vehicle that's on the road has my name on it, or you guys as a student has your name on it. That's one of the reasons why I love vehicles so much. They're a reflection of me, and at the same time, if my cars are looking fresh, they're looking clean, it makes me feel fresh and it makes me feel clean. So once again, when it goes back to training, I want to instill that information to you guys because that's the knowledge that you're going to go out there and that's what's going to separate you from everybody else that's out there. One of my primary goals as the instructor here at Rightlook.com is to give every student, past or present, all the knowledge that I can. One of the things is I ran a successful business, and now as a training manager, I can't teach you how to be successful if I haven't been successful. It's like a poor man trying to show you how to be rich. So my goal is to give you the knowledge, not only in the products, not only the equipment, but at the same time, sales, how to market yourself, how to separate yourself differently from everybody else that's out there. And that's one of the things that I instill in my students. One of the things I always say in my class is, I don't make detailers in my class, I make auto reconditioning specialists. Those guys that specialize in paint, in chrome, in clear coat, in leather, in velour, in suede, all the different types of materials that are on the vehicles, those are the guys that go out there and kill it. Those are the guys that are put themselves above everybody else. And the customer sees it when they see you and they know just the way you're talking and explaining stuff to them, the science of how the product works, you know, the verbiage and how the polishers are not going to damage your vehicle. That's my goal as a trainer, to make sure that you guys, you know, regurgitate all that information that you guys learn here in class to your customers. And what that's going to make them do is actually going to make them feel comfortable. By you speaking with confidence, it's going to make that customer comfortable for them to go ahead and pay you for their service, for your services. One of my greatest satisfactions is when a student leaves from here and he makes something of himself. You know, we have many students that come to this class and they take what they learn here and they go and apply it, and they become something different. They become something better than what they did when they first came here. You know, that's the thing that you have to do when you come here. You have to come here with an open book. You have to be like a sponge. You have to absorb everything that you guys learn here, because when you leave here and you start running a very successful business, you can always look back at your trainers, at the company that did that for you, and say, you know what, thank you. And just to mention some of my students, I have many of my students actually contact me, and all they do is say, Ruben, thank you for everything that you've taught me. Thank you for all the knowledge. And to me, that's my paycheck. That's the great thing about, you know, me working as a training manager, is that satisfaction, not when you're here, but when you go out there. It's the after effect after you leave here, when you're going out there and being able to run a successful business and support your family, or, you know, buy the things that you want. That's what makes me happy. And like I mentioned earlier, that's the paycheck that I get when I hear from you guys and you guys are wanting more. Another thing too that I want to point out is many of our students actually come back. You know, they don't come back for the same class, but they come back because their business is growing. You know, we have some students that come in for detail, maybe 6 months to a year later, they're coming back for tint, they're coming back for wrap. And it's always satisfying for me to see a repeat student, because every time I see a repeat student, I'm like, hey, what's going on? It's like, you know what, Ruben, I have to add this other service because now they're asking me, I'm growing in my business. And that's one of the biggest things. And what's one of my satisfaction is when I can see my students grow from when they're here as a student to now an entrepreneur, now to a successful business owner. And next you know, they're hiring more people to start a bigger company or expand themselves. One of the biggest things I can tell you guys, if you guys are deciding to come to Rightlook.com, is be ready to learn. You know, you guys are traveling from far and wide to come here and spend 3, 4, 5 days with us. You want to make sure that you're absorbing everything that you teach. Take notes. I make this class fun, and if you can talk to some of my past students, they have fun in this class, because it's not just about learning, it's about having fun in the environment that you're learning. So when you guys go back to your own business, it's going to be fun for you. You want to make sure you wake up every day excited to go out there and work on vehicles like this or whatever types of vehicles are out there. So one of my biggest things, guys, is be ready to learn, be excited, you know, and give us your full attention, because you'll come here as a student, but you'll leave here as reconditioning specialists.